know I'm at a bit of an angle, but really I'm wanting to show you these, so, or not show you these, anyway. I'm now just going to video randomly and not come back on probably, because I want to make the sidekick. Now, someone said there's only 19 sleeps to Christmas morning, or it may be less than that now, I don't know, but today I should have been at my sewing social. Well, it's the Northwest Sewing Social that I go to, that is run by Christine at Gemini Stitches, and she is at Gemini Stitcher. Anyway, I should have been going there. I wasn't too good yesterday, and I wasn't up to it this morning, so now it's kind of almost lunchtime, but I'm coming on to just go through these and clear my table, and then I can start all my laying out for doing the By Annie sidekick that my grandson wants for the side of his bunk bed, top of his bunk bed, so that he could put his read comics and books in as he goes along. He's an avid reader, and so that they're not all strewn about in his bed upon the near the ceiling. Okay, never mind. So I just want to take you through these. Now, I have mentioned this one. These are not all a quick just come back with a haul. These are over the last few months, and I have mentioned that one before. I don't know whether it was when I was doing the quilting cotton one. This was from Oswald Twistle Mill, or Aussie Mill if you live in East Lancs or whatever, and it's really reclaimed, well, a tablecloth fabric, and they were just kind of defunct, loads and loads, piles and piles of them, and I got this. It's great for backing quilts, and it's just got a little tiny weave thing on the back, weave pattern on the back, which is probably reminiscent to you of catering as well. So the catering cloths, and there might be a bit of a smudge or something on one, but this is massive, and it was £3.50. So that's why I bought that at the time, which I don't know, like couple of months ago, I don't know. This one is brand new in terms of the last couple of weeks, because I got it from the Knitting and Stitching show, and it was from Little Legs fabric, and it's a lovely jersey. It's it could be cotton jersey or it could be viscose jersey, I really don't know, but it's got a nice stretch to it, and it's a beautifully wacky colour, and I really love it, and I have plans for it, but now it's not going to be before Christmas, because I'm on a kind of a schedule for myself that I know what I need to finish. I've got enough dresses for the moment, and that's going to just go on one side. So I'm quite pleased about that. But what I realised was I didn't know much about Little Legs fabrics, and I have mentioned in another video, I think, that I did look it up when I came home, and their shop less than 40 minutes away from my house. I did mention that I had been again, but I didn't share the fabric with you. But this is the fabric, which is slightly calmer than that one, possibly. But this one is a French terry. Now, I have quite a bit of French terry. I love making dresses out of French terry, but I've got to be aware of, because it's white on the back, I don't want something too where it pulls through and you see the white. So I've got an idea for that, but I've not got a firm plan for it. But again, that'll be after Christmas, but it's going to be nice and warm and snuggly, and I'm pleased about that. And there could be some colour blocking or some interaction with that one, but I'm not sure, and we'll only know when we know, I think. This is a beautiful piece of fabric that I got at the Sewing Social from the swaps table. There's about 2.5 meters, possibly a little bit more, and it's it says it's Sharon Kessler for Vera Bradley Designs, and it's cotton, but I think it might have a little bit of viscose or something in it. It's not harsh. No, quilting cotton isn't harsh. It's not stiff like quilting cotton, but I know I want to make a dress with that, and I can be using it to trial a dress that I'm wanting to make, and I'll talk about that if I get round to doing it. That's a secret piece of fabric, I'll come back to that. This is a piece of sweatshirting I sent for I've mentioned before that I sent for an order which was just samples, because I have a pink that I'm not keen on in a Ponty pink. It's Ponty pink. I have a Ponty that I'm not keen on that I've got a Bailey sweater out of, and it's just an off shade. It's bright enough, but to me it's not my pink, and I wanted to be sure I didn't get the wrong pink when I sent for this. And it's a fleece back sweatshirting from Minerva, from their basic, no, begins with C. Anyway, it's their colour range that is for everything. Core. It's the Minerva Core range of colours. So I suppose if you wanted to get one of these in a jersey, in a fleece back jersey sweatshirting, and you wanted to get this colour in a cotton jersey stretch so that you could do a neckband with it or whatever, then maybe you could get the same colour. But actually the pink that they do isn't in this range, and the purple that they do in the cotton jersey isn't in this range. So anyway, this has got lots of possibilities with lots of other things, and one of the other things is this that I got a few weeks ago that had been in my trolley on Beyond the Pink Door for several weeks, and I had forgotten it was still in my trolley, but I had finally decided I was going to purchase it. And when I went on and opened it up on that page, I saw that it was actually in my trolley. So I did finally buy it, and I've shown you this as well. So that's, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it's got all my colours that I really love. I've never had my colours done because I have my own mind and I decide what colours I like. And this is how I test what are my colours. Ta-da! That's my colour. Ta-da! That's my colour. That's not quite my colour. Ta-da! That's my colour. Get it? See? Much cheaper. Much cheaper than getting your colours done. Or just wear something, look in a mirror and see if it makes your eyes smile. And there you go. So this, actually though, this is a French terry, but it's quite, I wouldn't say rough, but it's not a silky kind of soft, it's rough. It's slightly raised, so it's got a bit of texture to it, that's what I'm trying to say. It's not awful, it's not rough, but it isn't smooth like this. So I'm not quite sure it fits with the plans that I had for it, but I have been noticing that it goes very well with this pink. And I do have this colour block linear sweater pattern, and I do have the Skylar hoodie pattern from Sinclair Patterns, as well as this is from Sinclair Patterns. And it has been making me wonder what I might do if I were to trim it with little bits of this. And this is cotton jersey from Minerva's Core range that they don't do in the sweatshirt colour. But it's really quite substantial. I like it. It's cotton with a 5% lycra, elastane, whatever you want to call it. And this is my pink. This is my purple. There is no doubt about this is my purple. And when I said I'd got a lilac, if it's not my lilac, it's not my lilac. So this one is my purple. I have a few things in this purple, but I haven't seen it around exactly what I wanted for a while. So I'm glad that I did have this little adventure in sending for samples, because it has served me well, and it has stopped me getting something that's really just not quite, just a little bit off my shade. So that's that, and I'll fold it up afterwards. And yes, that's that. So this is lovely when you open it up. It's got quite a lot of, it's quite a nice kind of distance in the size of the pattern. So I'm looking forward to getting on with these. And then I went to see Lucy and Katie at the Sewing Institute, which is between between St Anne's and Lytham, on the Fylde coast, which is the coast that I live on, and it is actually at Ansdale. It's not at Ansdale, it's at Ansdell, and it's just below the Ansdell Institute, which was the kind of, I don't know that I say a working men's club in St Anne's, Ansdell or Lytham, but anyway, a community social club. And underneath, they have the rooms underneath, and that is their sewing studio, where they run sewing socials and sewing classes, and sell a carefully curated amount of fabric. So that says that they're not massively a fabric shop, but they do have fabric. And as I walked in, there was a dress on a mannequin, and I thought, oh, that's really lovely. And then I turned away and I did some looking at whatever I was looking at. And then, actually why I'd gone, I wanted to see if they'd got any cable jersey in a red, just so that, again, I could check whether it would be the red I wanted. But they didn't. They had it in a denim colour, I think. But then I looked back at the dress and I thought, that's really beautiful material, but I'm not looking for woven. So I carried on just having a little peer about, and then Lucy came over, was just coming up to the cutting table, so I was asking her what that fabric was, and she said it's a viscose poplin. It's something I've never felt before. Why is it in my hands? Oh dear, yes. Because she'd made the dress, so she was telling me she'd made the dress and it just did nothing for her. She's since made a Lyra dress out of this and it looks beautiful on her, she said, but the style of the dress that she'd created from a vintage pattern that someone had shown her, something they'd made from the pattern, she found the pattern and she was like, this is serendipity, so I shall make this for myself. And it really did not suit her, she said, but it looked amazing on the mannequin and it had a lovely drape to it. So it's got quite a bit of enough structure but also drape. So this is not necessarily my colour. And so when I do something that's not necessarily my colour, I have to find the right thing just to make it feel like this is going, I will own it rather than the fabric own me. So I debated a little while, and I just stand up. Have I got it upside down? No. So it has a little snake on it. It has little things on it that you're not immediately aware of. But there's just something about it, and I'll know in a little while whether I'll be making something for me out of it or not. Some days it looks different to others. The thing that brings it down to me is this pink. If you know me at all, you know that I love definite colours, and this is slightly not definite. So I have to work out exactly what I would do with it. And actually, it's not singing to me as much as it was in the shop. That could be the light. It could be that I've got over it, you know. And I'll leave it out for now. And then I'll be putting it to one side before I make the decision on exactly what I'll make with it. But my idea was a blouse. I thought it would be quite nice in a blouse. And then I could team that with either a cardi or a little, I would call a waistcoat. Some would call it a vest. Anyway, so that's my little bit of sharing my fabric with you, my dressmaking fabric with you. I have put together a video of sharing my quilting cotton with you for bag making that I bought on my little flurry of activity around local shops, kind of local within about a 30-mile radius of me. And so that's still to go out yet. I think it's mostly edited, but there you go. So I'm going to put that underneath because it's not as pleasant to me now as these are. Okay, so I shall shift all this, and I'm not going to be interacting about the sidekick at all, as far as I know. That's not my intention. I just have to get on and make it. So I may do some time lapse as I set it out, or little stages as I'm going along, or I may do nothing, and we'll just wait and see. Okay, so I'm glad to be able to be on with you this morning, and this may go into my Friday sews because I'd have to record that in the morning anyway. So while I'm relatively well at the moment, I've been amazing. I must say that since I've altered my I don't like to say diet because it sounds like you're slimming, and there's, it's whatever that is. But I have been on a regime that has been recommended to me to help repair, recover, reduce some of my digestive symptoms. And I have definitely, the last 2 weeks, I have had far more asymptomatic days than days with any symptoms. So it's just a blip. I'm calling this just a blip the last couple of days, and just carry on going forward. So I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now. I'm wearing my Linnea, as I said, from Sinclair Patterns. Okay, bye for now. I hope I switched it on.